Before we get started, I just want to take a moment to say my thoughts are with the people of Ukraine. Now, hey everyone, welcome back to today's video. This is a follow-up to a case I recently covered involving Lenka Koloma. If you don't remember, she's a sovereign citizen who calls herself an American state national and once tried to pay a parking ticket with a £5 British commemorative coin. In today's video, we're looking at her first attempt to appeal a $43 parking ticket. So yeah, this should be interesting. Let's get into it. And quick note from editing. Whoever recorded this managed to film it vertically and hold a phone, so close you can practically hear every breath they take.
Editing skeptic here. Whoever filmed this interaction was not only dumb enough to film it in vertical mode, but also held the phone so close to his face that you could hear his tongue and tonsil touch with every breath he took.
First off, do I need to explain that further? Because you said you don't understand.
Yeah,
about the deny or admit liability.
I said I am aware what you are saying, but I do not understand. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, what is it that you don't understand? So I can maybe help you
So maybe I need to
process.
clarify that I'm here under special appearance today.
Special appearance in
The
what
special
sense?
appearance as a living woman, naturally born woman, one of the people, American state national. I'm not subject matter to the rules of civil procedures.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Lenka, but even if you claim to be American state national, a foreign national will be even further removed from citizenship. And if U.S. courts can exercise jurisdiction over foreign nationals, then you can be sure someone in your position still falls under standard civil procedure.
So
I
according to-
let me just finish.
Sure, I'm sorry.
I'm also a secured party creditor and attorney in fact for Lenka Koloma, spelled in all capital letters, for my trust.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand that there's other designations that you've claimed that you have for this hearing.
Yeah, it's
Okay, whether
on
or not
record.
that's going to bear on the case, I have no
Okay,
idea.
All right, excellent. So I just wanted
But
to
you
put it on
don't.
the table.
So you're saying you do not understand what it means
I
to.
do not stand under your jurisdiction of the rules of civil procedures or anything you were trying to make me to basically be under. That's what that means.
No, understand doesn't mean to stand under. It means to comprehend. And just like when I say you have a long shot chance at beating this ticket, I'm not talking about physically shooting anything. It's about probability.
So at this time, you can make your plea of either admit or deny liability.
Okay, excellent. So first of all, so when I received the ticket,
I'm going to let you go ahead and get into
Yes,
that,
yeah.
but I need you to tell me whether or not you deny or admit liability. That's what
if I admit or deny liability,
doesn't-
Bill, can you advise me on this?
Yeah, brilliant move. Asking for legal advice from someone who doesn't even believe in U.S. law.
Well, the question is not whether you were parked there, the question is whether or not you got the ticket.
That's right.
And you did get the ticket,
Yes,
so
yes.
it's okay, you can acknowledge you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
I received
admit-
the ticket, yes.
Yeah, right, okay.
Okay.
So with that, I'm going to turn the floor over to you, and you can share with me
Okay.
your reasons for contesting the citation.
Okay, excellent. So I parked my automobile at the North Beach in San Clemente. I was behind there maybe like 30 minutes or something, and I come back. Yeah, and there was a ticket on my private automobile. And so, because I'm a private American and because I'm fully aware that this is an American land, which, by the way, it's secured actually under land patent, okay? I have actually a certified copy in my office. So I was kind of surprised by receiving this ticket because it's obvious a trespass on my private property.
No, not unless you're planning to completely redefine what trespassing means.
So I wanted to resolve it in a pretty fairly, quick manner. So I sent the ticket back
I've looked
with
at that.
refusal that I refused the contract, and I reserved my 72 hours to rescind under the contract law, and that I invoke my rights as private American, one of the people, and all my rights are reserved under UCC 1308 without prejudice.
All right, I think it's time to clear up what sovereign citizens think they mean when they say all rights reserved or invoke UCC 1 to 308, because these concepts do have real-world uses. just not in the way they're applying them. UCC 1 to 308 is meant to protect someone from being forced into accepting new or altered contract terms under pressure after an original agreement is already in place. For example, say you rent 10 chairs from me at $50 each and we sign a contract. On the day of your event, I realize you're stuck and raise the price to $75 per chair. If you go along with it because you have no choice, signing under protest, or invoking UCC 1 to 308 can preserve your right to later challenge that price change in court. But, and this is the important part, it's not a magic loophole. It doesn't automatically invalidate contracts or guarantee you'll win a dispute. If there's a legitimate reason for the price change, like the original chairs being destroyed and replacements costing more, then even signing under UCC 1 to 308 doesn't mean a court will side with you. It's a narrow legal protection, not a blanket escape from agreements, and it definitely doesn't apply to things like traffic laws or routine legal obligations the way people like Lenka try to use it.
Okay, so I actually came here directly on December 4th, when was it? December 14th? No, January 4th, right after the holidays, to settle the matter. There's actually a video, everything was videotaped, and I came to settle the matter. I wanted to meet with the party that issued the ticket, Mr. San Clemente. And
I don't know if there's a Mr. San Clemente. The city
well,
of San Clemente.
all right, well, now we have a problem, right? Because someone issued the ticket, right?
Yes.
And so I wanted to meet with the man or the woman who issued the ticket and find out that they have a contract with me. Well, no one could find Mr. San Clemente, right? So I said, all right, well, now we have that we have one issue because we don't have an actual claimant.
What are you even talking about? The city of San Clemente is the claimant here.
But anyway, and in order to come to sit down with you, I was forced and intimidated to pay that ticket, actually to not even to pay it, right? To give you guys under duress $43 FRNs, right? I actually offered to pay the alleged debt, even though we never discovered Mr. San Clemente, and that was denied.
Lenka, they didn't reject your payment for no reason. You tried to pay a $43 parking ticket with a £5 British commemorative coin. I literally covered that in a previous video, and I'll link it in the description.
I appreciate all that information and the course of events to get to this day and this appointment, in this hearing. But I'm here to listen to evidence that would be used to potentially dismiss or confirm that the citation was issued properly. Okay, so far,
okay,
it's your floor, so just provide me the evidence.
I have the first issue we have is, who is Mr. San Clemente that walks around and issues tickets to private Americans? Second problem is, where did this Mr. San Clemente, that's pretty much non-existent, took an authority to put meters there on our private American land that belongs to we the people, okay, to coerce and extort money for a very long time, by the way. I've been living here for some 30 years.
How are you going to claim you've been here for nearly 30 years and call yourself a constitutional law expert, yet still miss something as basic as this? The 10th Amendment reserves powers to the states. California governs itself, and it in turn gives municipalities the authority to manage local matters, including revenue systems like parking enforcement.
Third of all, how come I come here and I'm forced and intimidated? Lawful money is not accepted, and I'm extorted furthermore to pay you in legal tender to actually get a hearing. Also, the other thing I wanted to tell you. So let me just finish, okay? I don't know if you.
That's not my role. I'm here to just simply.
Right. And
reasons for contesting.
listen, I know that you are a good man, okay? This is our discussion between women and men, okay? And we have
Actually,
certain laws.
respondent and hearing officer.
Okay.
What a Chad. As she starts throwing her sovereign citizen and man of the land nonsense, he cuts her off. No, Let me remind you, you're the respondent and I'm the hearings officer.
So with my further research, I did find Mr. City of San Clemente online.
Okay,
Okay? You know who Mr. City of San Clemente is?
no idea.
It's a corporation.
Issue
Well-
correctly or not.
We have a bigger issue now.
Okay, so
Do
you
you
have
realize-
a room full of witnesses.
Yes.
Are any of these witnesses here to tell me that your vehicle was not parked there? Were they
It's
to
my
tell me
automobile.
your automobile?
yes.
Is anyone here, can,
Point of clarification, you made a mistake when you brought up the word, who got the ticket. You said you got the ticket, and Blanca answered that question, but the law is black and white, so you need to define the word you, proper syntax, because Blanca is not a you.
Well, you got that right. Lenka Coloma isn't a you. Lenka Coloma is an ass. She brought in someone to legally advise her who apparently doesn't realize that American law is almost entirely written in English, and that the word you is a clearly defined pronoun.
so is anyone here to say that the vehicle was not parked there?
No?
Well, I have a little bit of an objection. It wasn't a vehicle.
Okay,
A
what was it?
vehicle is a commercial term, and this was not a commercial item. A motor vehicle specifically is defined as a self-propelled contrivance used to carry passengers or product or cargo for hire. She's not for hire, so she's not commercial, and so it's not a vehicle.
Wrong again. When a sovereign citizen claims their car isn't a motor vehicle because they're not in commerce, they're usually citing 18 U.S.C. Section 1 to 231. Problem is, they're in California, and that's a federal statute about federal crimes. So it doesn't apply here. What does apply is California Vehicle Code Section 415, which defines a motor vehicle as any vehicle that is self-propelled. So if Lenka's Mazda can move on its own by definition, it's a motor vehicle. End of story.
My role here is very simple. It's very rudimentary. It's here to, I'm here to listen to your reason for contesting the citation. And so that's what I'm here to do. So if no one has any other testimony in regards to what the issue is at hand, then that's fine.
Yes, I have more to say, although I'm not sure it's appropriate at this time.
Don't you have some hollowed out tree somewhere where you should be baking cookies? This is one of those moments where if you don't think it's appropriate to speak up, you should just shut the underscore up. Next voice. I think you meant to say laugh, Lenka. And newsflash, you're nothing special. If you were, there'd be a crowd of people lining up to follow you around and film you. And we wouldn't have to suffer through Porky Pig narrating your life in vertical mode.
My thing is that we have a bigger problem here. All right? Yes.
At your opening statement, you said you were here on special appearance.
Yes.
Now, you appeared not to really understand what she meant by that.
Well, if it was a special appearance, I would be made aware of it. Okay, so no one in the city, no one has made me aware of any special appearance.
No, this is a special appearance right here.
It's a hearing. It's a hearing. There was a gentleman that came in and had a hearing just before you.
Mm-hmm.
It was not termed as a special appearance.
Right.
I mean, if you want to term yourself as a special person,
I'm not a person. I'm not a person. I'm not a citizen, and I'm not a resident.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm
However you want
a
to
very
clarify yourself.
special woman actually that you will need to learn about. Yes.
And this, boys and girls, is why you should never take anyone but a lawyer to a hearing like this. This hearing is literally just Lenka's chance to argue why she shouldn't get the ticket. If her points don't convince the hearing's officer, she still has an appeal process through the legal system. That's where a proper argument about jurisdiction would be heard. And this guy, he wouldn't even know how to handle that if he actually understood the law.
What I'm making a point here on the special appearance, what that specifically means is that she's here for purposes of determining jurisdiction. Okay? Is the jurisdiction there? Now, you have your own purpose, which is you're gathering information, and you understand that. But that's outside the parameter of special appearance. Special appearance in any hearing, a person is entitled to stick with the issue of what is the jurisdiction in the first place. And any discussion about facts or other laws or whatever is outside that parameter. And so that she has a right and to come in on that issue. Because until you establish jurisdiction, there is no jurisdiction.
Of everyone in that room, he's the only person actually in the right place. Sure, you could argue that Lenka belongs there too, but come on, this is all over a $43 parking ticket. If Lenka weren't such a piece of __ sovereign citizen, constantly scheming to defraud the government, she'd probably have better things to do with her time.
I'm sorry, but none of this applies to the reason why this hearing was set. None of it applies to the decision that I'm going to make, and I appreciate that. Perhaps this is going to be something you'll have to take up with another party in the city or in the county. But right now, my role is to review, to listen to your reasons for contesting this, and then to review evidence that would show one way or another. So that's all I'm here to do. And if there's
a mismatch of roles there, because
perhaps there is.
I think there is.
I'm in the right place.
I love the look on Lenka Coloma's face. The pure bewilderment when she realizes he's not actually a public official.
So
yes, you're in the right place according to your mandate. This I understand, absolutely.
Okay.
So I don't doubt your perspective.
Okay.
But she has her perspective, which is she came down here specifically on the issue of jurisdiction and nothing else. The facts only matter in terms of jurisdiction.
So I'm here to
I will tell you what I need, okay? I need to meet the responsible party for the city of San Clemente.
You'll have to do that in your appeal, which I communicated clearly that you have the ability to
So
appeal.
will that be?
You will get a notice of my decision, and then with that notice, you have I think 30 days after that to go ahead and file an appeal, and then you would go to the next level.
Okay, but Todd, also I need to know your contact information.
I'm not going to give you my contact information. I work for the city.
For City of San
I do
Clemente?
not work for the city. I'm here to represent them in this hearing. So I'm not going to give you my contact information.
We need your bond.
But they need
No, I
your
don't have
information. Oh, so you are a public officer?
Operating with
and you
I'm
are
not a public
operating.
officer. I work for a private company.
So, what are you going to do, Karen? Wave your finger around violently while demanding to speak to the city of San Clemente's manager, which, by the way, you already did and got exactly nowhere right, guys. That's the end of the video. If you liked it, hit like. If you disliked it, hit dislike. Drop a comment below. Check out my other Lenka Coloma videos. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my content.